Let's get ready to rumble.
Up in Clay Township on a Tuesday morn, Paul runs the board like a rooster on corn. Jerry signs the checks with a grin so wide, while townsfolk mutter, Lordy, what they hide. Scheming and dreaming on the board of clay, Paul and Jerry plotting in the usual way. Torches burn bright, pitchforks on display, scheming and dreaming on the board of clay. Paul got a plan by ferry or a wheel, out before the bay, don't ask how it'll heal. Ignored state money, left the roads in need. Paul and Jerry scheming for their own greed. Jerry hit the road on a town-paid trip, came back sun-browned with a cocktail and grip. Paul nudged old Jerry, just slide it on through. They'll never notice if it's on page 2. Scheming and dreaming on the board of clay, Paul and Jerry plotting in the usual way. Torches burn bright, pitchforks on display, scheming and dreaming on the board of clay. One fella hollered, shook his mullet with flair. Paul can't run an outhouse, let alone this here. Townsfolk grumbled, voices on the rise. Where's our money, Jerry? What you hide? Paul grinned at Jerry, I got your back. The sheriff shoot 'em off right out the back. Crowd stomped back home, muttering out of spite. Paul and Jerry's laughs echoing through the night. Scheming and dreaming on the board of clay, Paul and Jerry plotting in the usual way. Torches burn bright, pitchforks on display, scheming and dreaming on the board of clay. The petitions piled high, the folks got loud. Jerry skedaddled to the angry crowd. Paul stayed put, sweat dripping off his brow, watching the mob like, should I go now? Bev stepped up, said, don't worry none, I'll keep Paul straight till the board work's done. Now Paul's in check and all's fine it seems, at least till Paul dreams up a new scheme. Oh, the town was a-raging, the council scheming wild. 2 men at the helm, both clever and beguiled. Every motion, every check sparked an angry yell. The township's drama was a story to tell. Scheming and dreaming on the board of clay, Paul and Jerry plotting in the usual way. Torches burn bright, pitchforks on display, scheming and dreaming on the board of clay. Scheming and dreaming on the board of clay, Paul and Jerry plotting in the usual way.
Pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll have roll call.
Roll call, Paul Cassidy.
Here.
Tanya Hogan, here. Beverly Rose. Here. John DeBoyer.
Here.
Mark Burchard.
Here.
Roy Martin.
Here.
Sarah Clemens. Here.
I'd like to make an agenda amendment. 1J, the Cecina invoice for the bond that you have in front of you.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All right, all in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. All right, we'll go to public comments. This time an agenda item only. Thank you.
Good evening, Mark Coletti, 1765 South Channel. For 1B, the zoning board. The last two ZBA meetings, the ZBA chairman has shown his open bias. He mansplains to women on the ZBA how they should vote. He allowed a lawyer who was literally paid to manipulate his way to victory to speak more freely than public commenting residents. The ZBA chair insulted any public commenter who, quote, complains against certain zoning ordinances not being enforced. He also consistently ridiculed 2 Clay Township taxpaying residents who weren't even present to defend themselves. Lastly, when a public commenter used the Planning Commission's master plan to validate why 2 variances should be rejected, the ZBA chairman interrupted him and asked, is this relevant? I think you all see the big problem if the ZBA chairman doesn't respect the master plan. Here's some timestamps. Again, the last 2 meetings were October 15th. It was a 3.5-hour meeting. The first 3 agenda items took 40 minutes, which is pretty standard for ZBA meetings, 10 to 15 minutes. The last one took 2.5 hours and they made no decision. And then they called a special meeting and then forced a decision down. Here's a couple of timestamps from the October 30th. At 53:10, Margie Ferris, who's one of these ZBA members, she says, why don't you make the call? You're the most passionate. And Brian says, I am the most passionate about this. I grew up on the water. We all care about the waterfront view. His passion has no concern whether as the ZBA chair. At the 1:01, at 1 hour, 1 minute and 10 second, Margie says, if this comes before me again, I'm not approving it. I know less about women than everybody here. But when a woman says she's only doing something one time, she was coerced into that decision. I urge you all to watch the 1 hour minute or 1 hour mark of the second video and see. Furthermore, at the 1 hour, 1 minute and 10 second, the ZBA chair says he pushes Margie. He says, make a motion. You're good at it. I've seen my dad patronize my mom. It's not good. A ZBA chairman should not be patronizing a woman on the board. Furthermore, when you do your research, I suggest you do an investigation into it. Take 2 stopwatches, measure how long the ZBA chair talks, measure how.
Okay, the white knighting's got to stop. It's got to stop. You've got some valid points in here. Stop making a simp out of yourself and couching everything in terms of how you're a champion of the ladies. It's annoying. It's insulting to all involved.
Long all 4 women combined talked. I did it. He talks 80% of the time. The 4 women combined talk 20% of the time. That means he has 16 times more representation than they do. If a team in a sport has 16 times more possession, they're going to get what they want. That's called mansplaining. The ZBA chair at the 1 hour, 5 minute.
I think he might be a WNBA enthusiast. I'm not sure. That's speculation on my part, I admit.
Point, he said he made his decision based on a public commenter. You cannot make your decision because you don't like somebody in the public comment. Furthermore, the reason he doesn't like, quote unquote, Gary the neighbor is Gary the neighbor gave a presentation, a 15-minute long PowerPoint presentation where he shamed the ZBA and said you should follow your ordinances, you should follow your master plan. That's why he didn't do it. So, in conclusion, the ZBA chair made this recent decision, which, again, you should all do an investigation. You should not allow this to go. He made his decision based on disdain for Gary the neighbor, a public commenter. He made his decision based on fear of getting sued because the other team had a lawyer there. So obviously he was afraid of getting sued. And he made his decision based on his passion for his childhood memories. He did not base his decision based on zoning ordinances, planning commission master plan, and rational public input. There's a lot of you who are on the planning commission and you worked with it. I've seen how long they work on the master plan. For him just to dismiss the master plan like that is pathetic. So he manufactured this decision, which, by the way, when you watch this, he premeditated all this. He discriminated against public commenters who opposed his predetermined viewpoint. He pressured and coerced the woman on the board, which, again, makes me so angry. And then he allows a lawyer to have more speaking time than public.
We've heard. Stop it. Get help.
Public commenters pay taxes in this community. The lawyer doesn't. He should not get more say than public commenters. So I suggest all you table 1B. Do not appoint anyone. Do your investigation. I've done my investigation. I've met with certain women on the board. They're not happy with this. I suggest you all do something about this. Thank you for your time.
Hey now. He thinks he's going to get some play with that simp talk, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work, my man. Yeah, I've seen you before. You make some good points occasionally, but then you go off the path. I'm trying to help here.
Would you like to speak, ma'am?
I would like to speak. Thank you. My name is Susan Colgrove, 733 Pleasant Street, Algonac, Michigan. I understand that the Clay Township Community Garden hasn't really prospered the way people would have expected it to, and I believe that's because there are so many weeds to pull. Nobody wants to spend their afternoon pulling weeds. That's a chore. That's not a joy of gardening. If you were to place a 4-inch or so bed of leaves over the garden, it would inhibit the growth of the weeds, and then there would be no weeds and people would get more involved. Now, I am asking this now because City of Algonac has begun vacuuming up the leaves that are brought up to the curb at the City of Algonac. Now, I've asked Rocky if he could please dump the leaves in the garden to inhibit the weed growth.
Okay, do you guys want me to mansplain this for you? I think I know what this little lady's trying to say. I had to do it. I had to.
And he said he needs Algonac's permission first because they're supposed to go to a recycling center or something on that idea. I am contending that the Clay Township Community Garden, if we were to dump the leaves there, would be a recycling center. It would inhibit the weed growth, and when the leaves begin to biodegrade, it would add important nutrients to the soil, and it would make the garden that much that much better. People would get involved if they didn't have to spend all their time pulling weeds. Thank you.
Okay. You think it's preferable to put leaves on top as opposed to pull leaves? I don't know personally. I don't know enough about it. It's a reasonable proposal, but we only need to say it once.
For your time, I would appreciate a vote on this today because there's not a lot of time later on because they're vacuuming leaves up already, and they need a place to dump them now. They'll be done dumping them at the end of the month. Thank you.
I heard we're finally getting rid of you.
Like this idea of dumping leaves on it so that the weeds can't grow. I don't know. It seems like a good idea, but I literally don't do anything like this, so I have no idea. I'm not weighing in on the leaves weeds controversy here.
Lance Sturdy, head of the Clay Township DPW. I just want to let you guys know that this spring we hauled in 6 loads of leaves, grass, and everything else. Then I in turn had Cordis Brothers come out with a rototiller. Everything was rototilled. There were no leaves, nothing at all in that garden. That garden was nothing but good dirt and good soil. And then nobody was there to take care of it. So that's where the whole community garden went this spring. Somebody did plant pumpkins and there was a little bit of something else in there, but everything got overgrown because nobody was taking care of it. So, all right, thanks.
Yeah, little something we call tragedy of the commons. There's a reason why we have a phrase for it. This crap never works. Socialism fails every time it's tried, on a small scale, on a large scale, on any scale. This is harmless. Nobody died or became impoverished as a result, which is usually the result, but it's predictable as the rising sun.
Agenda regarding Lance, his retirement. So I've sent a letter to the board asking you to consider offering Lance a short optional advisory period after his retirement on April 1st to protect system continuity of our critical water system. It's a simple common sense safeguard. Institutional knowledge like his is extremely valuable to whomever will be leading the department at that point. And regarding the CPA invoice, that invoice for reconciliation is not just an invoice. It's an alarm that exists because of administrative failure by the former treasurer, the clerk, and supervisor, and cannot be paid and then forgotten. It needs to become an agenda item with a discussion and explanation to the public as to how a failure on this level wasn't detected months ago, and what are the procedures are you going to be putting in place so that this can never happen again? Tanya, your campaign literature stated working in finance brings concerns about current township spending. It's frustrating how you were concerned about an issue that never existed with the former board, but didn't sound the alarm about serious financial concerns with this board. In the past few days, a fellow resident and I have reviewed a few years' worth of agendas and minutes, and I am not making accusations, but based on findings, I am concerned, I'm raising concerns that we may currently be operating without legally adopted water rates, sewer rates, or special assessment rates, and may not have adopted a legal budget in accordance with state law. I certainly hope that I am wrong, but residents do deserve answers, accountability, and assurance that all statutory requirements are being met. And are we operating on a traditional line item budget or a revenue-based spending cap policy? Tanya, did you ever place a resolution on the agenda to renew the water rates because water rates for all of 24 were set in December of 23 and appear to have expired in 12 of 24. Same thing with sewer rates. We also have a tax rate request that I don't see that we have had any public hearings or resolutions in order to set the new rates for the December tax bill. And I mean, aren't those required? If they're not, you just have a discussion and let us know in the future, please. The General Appropriations Act, or the budget that was passed on June 30th, 25, references the June 23rd public hearing, even though that hearing was on an unbalanced draft. I'd like the board to explain how the adopted budget complies with statutory public hearing requirements. And thankfully, we have a new treasurer who is dedicated to getting that department in shape, but the clerk and supervisor need to address our concerns. I will email
Budget. We don't need no stinking budget. We don't even have our books balanced.
the board my concerns and hope that you will provide documentation for the transparency that's very important in this township. Thank you.
Can I make one more comment?
Well, you're only allowed 3 minutes, ma'am, but come on up here. We'll let you speak. You're kind of informal sometimes.
The leaves that would be laid in the garden would be a 4 to 6 inch leaf base that would inhibit the growth of weeds. When you rototill them in, you are replanting all the seeds from all the weeds, and it completely negates the situation. You need the leaf base. If he's going to bring in weeds, that's a wonderful thing. If he's going to bring in leaves and grass clippings, that's wonderful, but leave them there and don't rototill them in. If you rototill them in, that'll bring back the weeds.
All right. Thank you.
She just needs an Italian sausage and a corn dog, and that would fix her right up.
All right. We'll go to bills payable. We have a motion.
I'll make a motion that we pay bills payable in the amount of $305,984.08.
I'll second.
Any discussion? There being no discussion, we'll do roll call.
John DeBoyer,
Yes.
Mark Burchard,
Yes.
Tanya Hogan, yes. Paul Cassidy,
Yes.
Beverly Rose,
Yes.
Roy Martin,
Yes.
Sarah Clemens. Yes.
All right, we'll move to supervisor's report. I'd like to report that last week I had discussions with Lisa McLean's office at length. We have a sewage treatment plant that services Ira, Clay, and Algonac, and it needs refurbishing for, we anticipate, about $12 million. I've had discussions with them about trying to get an appropriation from the federal government to cover $9 million of it. And I am optimistic because it includes all 3 communities, and with my discussions with their office, that we're going to get a sizable appropriation. Now, each congresswoman or congressman's entitled to 15 appropriations, but I got the distinct impression that these people from her office were going to favor very much this request. I also have been talking with SEMCOG about trying to get a trail on M54 and M29. I'm hopeful that that will materialize. I really hate seeing bikes in today's world riding on the shoulder of the road where everybody's texting and doing everything else and not paying attention. I'd love to see a bike path get built. So I've been going back and forth with them trying to get some headway on that. And I've also talked to SISMA, which deals with invasive species. And I've talked to them about helping us with the Phragmites. Now, I know in the past that eagle's been a problem with that, but they told me that they had provided on Parsons Island some assistance to get rid of Phragmites there, but they would still be it would engage me with trying to get something done with the fragmites because it's just destroying our ecology. That's the way I see it. So that's what I've done. I've not sought board authorization for any of it. Does anybody think I should not try to get $9 million from the federal government, even though I didn't seek your authorization to get it? Anybody think I shouldn't do it? There being no one mentioning anything, I will tell you that how it will work out mechanically is we'll get the authority, and I've got the paperwork. We'll get the authority to petition, and it won't be till February to file that petition. We'll get letters of support from the 3 communities. Any other letters of support I can get through the health department and so forth. If we can get those, I really am optimistic that we're going to get a substantial amount of federal funding. Now, it's a 25-75% split. We come up with 25, they do 75. Well, I'd love to get $8 million to take care of that problem, and hopefully it'd be $9 million, and we could put up $3 million. That'd be wonderful. So I'm working on that, and I'll keep you posted for anything develops from here on in.
So, Mr. Supervisor, was this discussion the roundtable they had a couple weeks ago with Lisa McLean's assistant, Mohammed?
Last week. Yep.
That was the roundtable?
Yes.
You attended that?
Yes.
Okay.
And you'll have to, your board is going to have to file the petition. I'll prepare it. I told them I would prepare the petition.
Okay.
But your board would have to submit it.
And I'm just curious, what gives you the optimism? Was there
because in my discussions with them, they felt that a project of that magnitude affecting 3 communities would be something that they could approve.
Okay. Very good.
Oh, good Lord. These 2 are getting along tonight. I mean, whatever Paul was saying seemed to make sense in that particular 3 minutes. So it's just weird because usually those 2 are at each other's throats.
If I think it was just one community, maybe not. But with all 3, I think we got a good shot. With that, we'll go to consent agenda. Do you have a motion on that?
I'll make a motion that we approve the consent agenda with reports, payroll, board approved bills, in between meetings, the request for the clerk for quarterly association meeting, assessing for 2026 certificate renewal, St. Clair County Clerk's quarterly meetings, certification renewal assessing, minutes, Board of Trustee minutes, 10/27/25, and communication, land survey retirement.
I'll second.
All right, any discussion other than to tell Lance,
No?
good job? All right, let's do a roll call.
Okay, Mark Richard,
Yes.
Tanya Hogan, yes. Paul Cassidy,
Yes.
Beverly Rose,
Yes.
Roy Martin,
Yes.
Sarah Clements, yes. John DeBoyer.
Yes.
We have unfinished business, new business, the DPW hire interim Drew Saunders. I'm guessing that maybe Lance would speak to that.
I think we're missing. We didn't see we missed something. Never mind.
Okay.
Yes, in regards to me retiring, this is who we have chosen as a replacement. He has all the credentials and everything else and has already been running a department already and has a very, very good background in the water and sewer field.
Drew, you're a young man
Yes, I am.
who's going to bring some youth and vitality to the job.
Yeah, that's the goal.
We've lacked that for a long time, but we haven't lacked in services. And I think we took a look at that. Does anybody have any questions?
No, like you said, you look like a young guy, so got a lot of qualifications in that short period of time. So good job.
Thank you.
Yep.
Tell us where you came from, Drew.
So I like I told in my interview, I started for the city of Marysville. I graduated high school and I walked right through the DPW doors, and I haven't stopped since. I worked for the city of Marysville for 9 years, and I've been the director in Clyde Township for 3 years.
We can figure out your age, now.
Yeah, that's all right.
And your Eagle water distribution license is a S1, is that correct?
Yes, correct.
That's great.
Yes.
Does anybody have a motion?
I'll make a motion to hire Drew Saunders as our interim supervisor.
Support.
All right, discussion any further? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Congratulations, young man. We have Board of Approval members reappointment, Brian Treppa, Joe Bosi.
Aw.
We have
It's
a
a love
motion on that?
Are they holding the meeting at the Love Shack tonight?
If we don't, I'd like to table it. Bart has made some pretty serious comments about this appointment, and I think we should take a look at it. Does anybody feel differently or not?
Yeah, I think so too. I had a email, and I did reach out to one member on the ZPA, and although I didn't get a lot of information, but I felt that there is something going on there. So,
Well,
we should get to the bottom of that before we point.
I think we should. With such a serious accusation, I think we should look at it. If it's fruitless, it's fruitless, but if it's valid, it's valid. I think we should look at it. Do we have a motion on that, the table?
I'll make a motion to table the appointments to zoning.
I'll second it. Support.
Any further discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We'll go to Planning Commission. Reappointment of Kathy Schweikart, Christine Holcomb, and Robert Muesling.
I'll make a motion to appoint Kathy Schweikart, Chris Holcomb, and Robert Muesli to the Planning Commission.
I'll support.
Any discussion? All in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We've got the DPW Eagle Public Water Supply Annual Fee. We have to pay that bill. We have a motion.
Is there someone phone down or someone's in a lot of static out here?
Is it, I don't know.
My phone's on.
My phone's on silent. I don't know.
Is it on airplane mode?
I'm on airplane mode.
Lights.
I just got a new phone, so I don't know whether. Oh, actually.
Was he on here?
Mine has to.
Maybe that was it.
I'll make a motion to pay our public water supply annual fee to Eagle, i.e. extortion fee, $4,061.91.
I'll second that.
Out of line item 591-000-935.
Roll call. Tanya Hogan, yes. Paul Cassidy, Beverly Rose,
Yes.
Roy Martin,
Yes.
Sarah Clements, yes. John DeBoyer,
Yes.
Mark Burchard.
Yes.
Okay, we'll go to 1E DPW H2O Analytics Annual Software Invoice, $2,400. We have a motion.
Just a quick question, Lance, is this the software for the meter
Exchange. Yeah, it's a change out.
meter exchange?
Yes.
Okay. I'll make a motion to pay H2O Analytics annual software invoice, $2,400 out of line item 591-000-760.
I'll second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Paul Cassidy,
Yes.
Beverly Rose,
Yes.
Roy Martin,
Yes.
Sarah Clements, yes. John DeBoyer,
Yes.
Mark Burchard,
Yes.
Tanya Hogan, yes.
Go to 1F, 2024 sanitary system improvement, the lining diameter, fourth payment application. Is there a motion on that?
I will make a motion to approve the 2024 sanitary system improvement CIPP lining small diameter fourth payment application coming out of line item 590,000,250.03.
Support.
All right. We'll do a roll call.
One question.
Yes.
What's the status on that, Lance? Are they about done with that small diameter?
No, they've got a little ways to go yet.
Okay.
They're still working over on Anchor Bay Drive. They're doing a lot of it yet. That's where we ended up with our issue there last week.
All right, we'll do a roll call.
Beverly Rose,
Yes.
Roy Martin,
Yes.
Sarah Clemens. Yes. John DeBoyer,
Yes.
Mark Burchard.
Yes.
Tanya Hogan. Yes. Paul Cassidy.
Yes. We'll go to 1G Treasury, Maynard Costerian Bank Reconciliations.
I terminated our contract with them on October 31st. The last bill I got, which was through October 15th, was for $6,610.50. I also got an invoice that because of the August not getting paid by September of interest of $34.28, which I'm going to negotiate that away somehow. I'm expecting one more bill for 2 weeks, but that won't be nearly as much. To date, we've spent $18,686.50 with Manor, including the $6,600.
With one more bill to come.
With one more half a month.
Do you know how much that'll be?
I do not.
And the reason that August bill did not get paid is because we did not receive it. It was sent to only Jerry. So we didn't even know it existed until Bev came into place.
Was it an emailed invoice?
Yes.
Yeah.
I got it, bitches.
All right, we have a motion. I'll motion that we pay the bill.
I'll second that.
All right. Roll call?
Roy Martin,
Yes.
Sarah Clemens. Yes. John DeBoyer,
Yes.
Mark Burchard.
Yes.
Tanya Hogan. Yes. Paul Cassidy,
Yes.
Beverly Rose.
Yes.
1H, appoint the Times Herald as our paper of record, since the Voice was our paper of record and they've disbanded or dissolved. I think we need to make the Times Herald our paper of record.
I would agree.
So we have a motion on that.
I will make a motion to appoint the Times Herald as the township's paper of record.
I'll second it.
All right. Discussion. All right. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, we'll go to
They still have papers? Wow.
public hearing on fire and garbage mills and fees, November 24th, 2025, 6 p.m. at the Clayton Township Meeting Hall.
I will make a motion to set our public hearing for the fire and garbage mills and fees
And
police for November 24th, 2025 at 6 p.m. here at the Clay Township Hall.
support.
Any discussion?
Yeah. So,
Let me check the calendar.
I think it's
so are these
Our next moving.
the mills for our current budget year?
Yes.
It's a regular meeting on Monday.
yes.
Yeah, it's the regular meeting.
You're going to be here anyway.
They will be for this budget year. And, digging through everything and going through everything I've gone, we're doing it a little late, but we're getting on track. That's all I have to say. It's been, I'm digging through everything piece by piece. And this was something that I didn't get a chance to do earlier. I didn't see it as I've been digging through everything and trying to figure it all out. There's, no clear set instructions. So it's, pretty much learn as you go when you first get into office. And we're just setting them a little late, and
We'll get there.
we're going to get there. We're just working hard to move forward.
We have a motion?
Working
Yes,
hard.
I made the motion.
You made the-
And we have support.
Hardly
Okay.
working.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We go to 1J.
Yeah, in front of you is a Cecina and Associates invoice. It's part of the cost of us getting the bond that we just got in October. And it's divided up between water and sewer on the percentage of what that bond covered. The only correction is water is $23,517.58, not 59.
We just wanted to add it on just to show any bills that are coming in. We want everybody to see them, even if they're board approved or not. So we're just bringing it to your guys' attention that this was part of all of those initial fees to get the bond going.
So
Your attention. Your attention. That's how that's said in English.
Bev, you say it's broken down percentage wise. How did we determine the percentages for water and the percentages for sewer for the bond amounts?
In that book, it gives you the percentage. There was 6,900,000 some, and there was a certain percentage set that's just for sewer, certain percentage that's for water. So that's how we divide our bills.
Okay. And then the debt charges that we had talked about in the past, both water and sewer, to pay for this project or this bonding, are those debt charges in place currently?
Not that, I don't think the sewer one is, but I know there's that water capital improvement.
So the water capital improvement charge was $30 per quarter. That was going to be reduced to 18. And the sewer, I believe we're going to initiate to $20 per quarter. If I remember.
About 18.
What was it?
18 as well.
18 on the sewer?
Yes.
I thought it was 20.
No, I think it's $6 a month on the sewer.
Nothing was ever set. So once we get a definitive plan, we can set those.
Okay, well, I would think it would be important to get a resolution to get those fees in place to pay for bills that we have coming in.
We have
Just
a year.
my opinion.
We have a year before this will be.
We have a year to pay this.
No, not to pay that.
So we've got bills coming in, but we've got bills coming in that we're not funding, correct?
Yes.
So I think we need to get those fees in place immediately. Just my opinion.
Bev and I do have a meeting on the 12th with Waterworks, so we can verify everything with them and get the resolution and have it at the next meeting.
Okay. Well, along that line, then, could we also look at our annual resolutions for water and sewer rates? Because I don't believe we've done anything with those either. And that would be a Waterworth thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it'd probably be a great idea to do that at the same time.
Do you want to amend your?
Let's adjust all our water issues.
I didn't make a motion on this.
I believe in the past we did. I think we did the water resolution in January and the sewer resolution in July. Don't ask me why it was set up that way, but that was typically the way it was done. And that would always be for that budget year that started in July.
What did you say it was July, August, or water?
January, I think, was water, and July was sewer. If I remember right. Do you remember, Mark? Does that sound right?
Well,
All right. So what's our motion on this Satsina bill?
I make a motion that we pay Satsina $40,950.
I second.
All right. Any further discussion? We'll do roll call.
Get that behind us.
Mark Burchard,
Yes.
Tanya Hogan, yes. Paul Cassidy,
Yeah.
Beverly Rose,
Yes.
Roy Martin,
Yes.
Sarah Clemens, yes. John DeBoyer.
Yes.
All right, we have public comments. If anybody else wish to make a public comment, does not have to be on an agenda.
Let's stir this thing back up, people.
You know, that's not just a little, oh, gee, I'm late, I forgot that. That's pretty serious stuff. We may not be, you may not really be legally collecting taxes or water bill or whatever. That's a big deal. So, Paul, I know you're not going to resign, and I thank you for that. If you resign like your 3 board buddies, you would be writing your own legacy. Instead, you've handed the pen to us, and now we get to write it for you in the form of a recall. Resignation would have you slip away quietly, but recall will leave a lasting record of accountability, and that's exactly what this community deserves. You will go down in Clay Township history as the poster boy for what happens when an elected official tries to push his own agenda on the people. Recall. You worked on campaign slogans, but now I get to work on recall slogans. I have a few already, so I'll give you a sneak preview. Paul Cassidy, the people's choice for recall. Make Clay Township great again. Recall Paul Cassidy. And my personal favorite, officer, remove that man. On a more somber note, I'd like to discuss the chairs that line the boardroom table. They aren't simply a mere piece of furniture covered in fabric. No. They hold a special and important role in our meetings. Even Cassidy agrees to their importance when he reminds us that all comments are made to the chair. So I invite all of you to join me in a moment of silence as we honor the most overworked and underappreciated public servant in this room, the middle chair. It was once so hopeful that it would continue to hold someone as great as Artie or Cindy or Christy. Sadly, that didn't happen. Instead, since November, it has been forced to prop up backroom deals and dead weight so heavy that it's about to collapse at any moment. Once it supported leadership that stood for something. Now it supports someone who just sits. That poor chair has endured more spin, incompetence, and poor judgment than any piece of furniture should. And when it finally collapses under the weight of arrogance, pride, failed leadership, and a legacy written in red ink, may we remember that chair wasn't built to fail. It was just forced to carry the weight of the wrong man. May it one day again hold a leader worthy of the township it represents. And now, a moment of silence.
Holy wow. That's messed up.
No further public comment. We'll move to board member comments. Mr. DeBoyer.
Awkward.
Just welcome to Drew Saunders. Good to have you aboard and good luck to you. All I got.
Ms. Clemens.
Good evening, everyone. Of course, I have to talk. I didn't have a chance to at the last meeting, but I just wanted to say how truly honored I am to be selected to be up here on the Board of Trustees. Thank you to everyone that's shown me support and trust. It really means a lot. Clay Township is our home, and I care deeply about this community. I'm looking forward to working hard, listening to residents, and doing what's best for the people who live here. To my fellow board members, I'm excited to work with you and learn from you. I believe that when we work together with respect and open minds, we can do great things for Clay Township. thank you again for this opportunity. I'm proud to serve and ready to get to work. That's it.
Martin? Thanks, Drew, for stepping up, and Lance is getting ready for his retirement. That'd be about it.
Ms. Hogan?
Thanks, Drew, for coming and joining our team. You'll be a great asset. Lance is definitely going to be missed. And I did want to let the board know that AccuSure's Jack Schmidt did get back to me. We're going to have a meeting with him. Bev and I are going to have a meeting with him on Wednesday at 4 p.m. So we should have our insurance proposals at the next meeting. And prices are going up.
Ms. Rose?
I got something to say. November reconciliation 2024 is completely done. December is about 99% done. It was about $20 off, and Christy won't let it go. She's going to find that $20.
She'll find everything.
You bet. In December, the corrected GL entries totaled $584,426.75. So it's really no wonder that Manor really couldn't reconcile a lot.
Okay, Milagro, we are making progress.
It's not theft.
Could you clarify?
It's there. It was misclassified or added and subtracted. The way government works is you have a debit line, you have a credit line. So if you make a deposit, it's not like a checkbook where you make a deposit and you write a check out of that account. It's totally different accounts. So once the $500,000 was put where it's supposed to go, things went smooth. That's just December. I'm imagining it's going to snowball further on down. So we did have to correct a lot of that. We did add some GLs for the bond. So we've been working on that. All our investments were rolled over. I took the MMTA reconciliation class. It was only about 2 hours, but I did learn a lot from its Michigan Municipal Treasurers Association. And I almost lost my mind when the instructor, who has been a treasurer for 30 years and is now a financial officer, showed me his Excel spreadsheet on what he uses, because you can keep track of everything a lot smoother. I asked Christy, are you using those? And she showed me hers. So I guess Excel is not gone. It's good to use. I personally love Excel. And that's about it. Welcome, Drew. Lance, we're going to see you till April. So we'll have to have a party or something. And that's all I got to say.
All right, Bill, I applaud you for doing what you're doing on that. Beautiful.
Not doing it solo. I'm not doing it solo.
And Chrissy.
Oh, yeah. And Anita.
Go ahead, Bart.
Drew, thank you for stepping up and taking this job. Congratulations. Tomorrow is Veterans Day. And just remember your veterans out there. We all know who we are. So whatever you can do for them, salute them, thank you, and good luck.
It's my birthday tomorrow.
And it's your birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, man. Good
Close in the office. Close in the office.
Thank you.
The only thing I would say is, Lance, you and I have never been on the same political side together, but that's never influenced me in my opinion of you. I think you've done a great job and you've served your community well. Thank you. I have nothing further. We have a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Adjourn support.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
All right, we have a disturbing trend. They're really getting along over there most of the time, except for a couple of public comments. At this point, I don't think Paul will get recalled. I really don't. If they're going to sit there and do reasonable things, we're going to have to find a more dysfunctional board to follow. The good news is I don't think that will be difficult. Thank y'all for coming out. I appreciate it.